So I decided to root through the trash can, and this is what I find. Alright, this was brought to my attention by someone that was inside Quad's server, who caught Quad saying some pretty choice things, but instead of saying them to my fucking face, like an adult, or anyone with any amount of balls whatsoever, he needs to say it behind the confined walls of his own little server, in his little echo chamber, where anyone at all that would dare disagree with him would be promptly thrown out on their ass, or accosted brutally by his lapdogs. Now, am I saying that his friends might not criticize him? No. But I'm saying they're more than likely not going to. There are times I've been criticized by friends and acquaintances of mine, and those criticisms are met with an actual degree of acceptance, because I understand they are simply trying to help me improve. But when it came to Quad, criticism and asking questions is not accepted. Now, Quad's channel primarily rose to the stature it's rose to now, primarily for simply being a meme channel. And like meme channels, they tend to kind of drop off the fucking face of the earth when they no longer produce content that appeals to the target audience. As much as I enjoy memes, as much as I appreciate the humor they add to otherwise dark situations or dark topics, there comes a point to where someone needs to either understand that once you're a meme channel, it's very difficult for someone to try to break into a different type of content. Especially when the person that tries to break into the content is incredibly fucking inept at actually understanding what the hell the content really means, and the severity of the circumstances tied into making certain content. Now, am I saying someone can't make videos about a certain subject? Most certainly not. They can make videos about whatever the fuck they want, provided they actually handle them with the reverence and understanding that is required to make a video about the topic or responding to individuals defending a certain topic effectively. And if they do not argue effectively, it means fucking nothing. It adds nothing to the conversation. It does nothing to maybe argue and mock these people and point out how much of a failure they are for having fucked up things going on in their head. But I'll show you some screen caps and I'll kind of explain them, because I know some people might not be privy to the situation. Now, the screenshot pictured above was taken from Quad's Discord server, because like I said, he can't have the balls to either say this to me directly, or say it in a public forum where people could actually tell me about it, without needing to be behind the walls of his Discord server. And here's the thing, I don't take kindly to some pretentious prick who essentially rose to how well known he is now just for making fucking memes. And then he starts trying to pontificate about whether or not someone is attacking pedophiles properly or not, while at the same time, he did nothing to really aid in resolution to the fucking situation. Now, let me just explain the situation a little bit further. Almost a year ago, Quad made a video about Jonathan Curtin. However, what he did not do was use all of his own material. Instead, he took some of mine without my knowledge, without my fucking permission, and used it in his content. Now, here's the kicker. If someone simply asks for permission and credits the original source, no big deal. That's a completely normal and ethical way to conduct yourself when it comes to using someone else's content. Unless you're using things for gags and memes. However, in a serious video that's meant to discuss a seriously fucked up topic, it does not aid when you immediately attack the person when they simply ask to be credited as the person who most likely helped bring the situation to your attention. It also really doesn't fucking help that you accuse someone of defending a fucking sick fuck piece of shit incestuous child molesting motherfucker just because they request to be credited as some of the people who helped produce media that you took without their fucking permission. Calling someone a pedophile defender just because they ask to be mentioned as the source of some of the video does not make them a pedophile defender. In fact, it just makes you look like a stupid cunt trying way too hard to justify being ass mad that someone is simply asked to be credited for them either intentionally or unintentionally bringing something to your attention, especially when it comes to you taking their fucking content without their knowledge or their permission. You don't see me going around stealing your shitheel memes. Now the fact is, I really don't take kindly to someone who takes down a video, instead of just simply changing the description or including a link in the pinned comment to the original person who helped produce the media that you used. Instead, you took down the video in its entirety, never re-uploaded it, ever, and then you started acting like I made you take it down when I didn't ask for anything of the sort. I don't care if you had the video up at all. It's your choice whether or not you had it up or took it down, and you took it down of your own fucking volition. No one requested that you take the video down or edit my stuff out. All I requested was that you credit me either in the comments, the description, or both. One or the other, I really didn't care which. And you agreed to this. And right at the last minute you backed the fuck out and decided just to delete the video in its entirety. Now that doesn't sound like me defending a pedophile. That sounds like you getting caught stealing someone else's shit and then backpedaling the ever-loving fuck away from the situation when you realize just how fucking scummy and retarded you look trying to get the fuck out of an agreement you just made because you knew for a fact that it would detract from the fucking traffic going to your content. Which, quite frankly, that video tanked to begin with because it probably didn't appeal well to your target audience. There's a big difference between having an audience who enjoys your content and wants to listen to content about a certain thing, and then there's doing what you did where you threw something completely out of the fucking blue that was completely out of your fucking ballpark, like it was completely out of your wheelhouse, and it naturally tanked and didn't do well because it's not what your audience was used to. Your audience was used to memes and gags. It wasn't used to a serious mockery of a pedophile. And let me tell you something. It's a lot better to point out how big of a failure these fucking people are by pointing out how stupid many of them are because they are either brain dead, retarded, inbred, incest supporting fucking pieces of human waste. Or just simply pointing out how failed a person's life has to be to approach it with their degree of logic. I mean, the mere concept of trying to say that someone's defending a pedophile by simply requesting to be credited for what they've uploaded that you've taken without their permission. Let me just provide a quick visual aid for how this kind of accusation looks for anyone who doesn't have an IQ that hovers around 45.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
I find it funny that he uses the term gatekeeping like that magically just absolves him of the fact that he stole someone else's shit, trying to use it without their consent, without their knowledge, and when they simply ask to be credited, he treats it like someone's trying to stop him from making content about it. This is not a matter of who can make content on what. I really don't care if he makes content about Jonathan or not. He's more than welcome to. I've never once told him to take the video down. I've only asked that he credit whoever made the original content by placing them either in the description or a pinned comment. That's exactly that. I mean, Cass was there, Catherine was there as well. There were multiple people there who can vouch for that exact fucking story. And don't act like you're just this innocent victim, you fucking cocksmoker. I find it funny that when we were in your Discord just trying to ask to speak with you about the content you used, your dickhead of a friend, Riley, basically just sat there mouthing off to everyone, acting like a cunt, bitching and whining because people dared ask you to credit the original fucking user. Why is it okay for you to use people's content without their permission, and you do it solely because of the fact that you're trying to catch clout? I mean, I find it funny. It's not clout chasing if someone legitimately has an issue with the person. I really don't give a fuck about attention and views. I've never made that my intention whatsoever. In fact, it sounds more like you're just projecting all this bullshit onto me because you were trying to reach for a niche market because your primary viewership seems to have fucked off and dwindled. Because most of your videos now barely get 100 views. And that's kind of fucking sad. Like, someone that stands at over 3,000 subscribers can barely break like 200, 300 fucking views. It's almost like the people that normally watched your content fucked off when they realized that you were trying to do a foray into something that they were not interested in, and you need to find a convenient way to delete the video and then blame it on someone else. Now, this is just my opinion, but I have a little bit of suspicion that you deleted the video not because you didn't think it was doing well, or because someone made you do it, but because you knew that if you deleted the video and then blamed the person that was criticizing you and requesting to be mentioned, that it'd be a lot easier for you to do that and blame them than it would be to just say, you know what, I didn't fully understand the situation, I didn't really fully analyze the situation, I didn't ask for any sort of evidence or information about the person we covered, but, you know, why would you do that if you can just blame the other person? That seems to be your forte. Is that whenever people start asking you fucking questions, you immediately assign blame to them, you fucking brain-dead Aussie rock spider cunt. You don't have to like me. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to find my methods appropriate or funny. No one does. But to be so stupid and blind that you just mindlessly keep telling yourself that you're not the problem when you get yourself into a firestorm of bullshit, and then you go so far to make this really cunty accusation behind my fucking back because you don't have the balls to say it out loud, kinda proves to me that you're a fucking coward. You won't say shit out loud because you knew that if you did, you got a firestorm coming down your fucking throat faster than Santa Claus comes down the chimney. I know it's a month late reference, but nevertheless. All you do, and all you've ever done, is make memes, which in and of itself isn't bad, or really negative. But when you try to make a forte, you try to stray outside of your bounds, that's fine to do, in theory. But when you apply so little effort, so little understanding, and so little research as to what the fuck you're talking about, you steal someone else's content, and then you have your little lapdog passive-aggressively trying to start shit with them for the better part of 9 months. And then you launch a really fucked up accusation at someone behind their back because you're a simpering bitch who doesn't have the balls to say what's on his mind directly to the person or even out loud where people can actually criticize and rebuttal it. It proves to me, and everyone else that will see this, that you're a fucking coward. You really are. You hide behind Discord and all these little walls because you know for a fact that if you said this out loud, you would not be able to handle actual criticism. You sound like a whiny little shit who's trying way too hard to get back at someone because they made him look fucking dumb. Get over it. It's been nearly a year and you're the only one still harping on the fucking issue. Like, to me, the issue was resolved and dead the moment we finished talking with you that same day. And you carried it around for almost a fucking year. And even more pathetic, your little bitch mad god follows everyone around trying to passive-aggressively start shit because you can't get over it. It's okay to have friends that you respect and support, but when your friend starts using you as a dick holster, you might want to think about what the fuck your friendship's really about. Because it seems to be a friendship based upon a mutual need to defend the other from criticism, because they both can't defend themselves otherwise. Now, I don't hate you guys. I don't have any real need to watch you get hurt or anything like fucking psychotic like that. I just think that a good verbal smackdown is enough to really put you in your place. And I hope you know your place once this is over. One final word.
Go fuck yourself.